Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I had a good day today. I had an eye appointment to see my eye specialist. I don't know if I've made it public, but I have glaucoma and I have to go and see specialists, every 4 months for them to keep up with how my progress on my eyes are doing. There's special tests you have to have done, like they're called field of vision tests, and they're just like any other test you get in an eye doctor, but it's a little more in depth. They take a couple more pictures, take pictures of the back of your eye, look at your optic nerve, make sure there's no damage. I had that done today, and the pressures in my eyes, which, if you don't know what glaucoma is, that's where you have kind of like high blood pressure in your eyes, um, and your pressures tend to be very high. And anything over 20 is very, very concerning to eye doctors. The pressure in my eyes were nice and low. It was 8 in my right eye and 13 in my left eye. I do have mild glaucoma. There was no damage to the nerve, so that's good. They did see some diabetic damage in my left eye, which was a little concerning, but they said it was on the mild side. But they told me that I could be proactive with it by watching my blood sugars. And so that's what I intend on doing. So if you're a diabetic, you want to be careful with that. It is one of the leading causes of blindness, and damage that you receive from diabetic, I forget the medical term for it, but damage to your eyes from diabetes is irreversible. So you want to be proactive and take your blood sugars and keep your A1C low and keep an eye on what you're doing. Go for regular checkups. So I encourage you all out there to please do so. I think of all the gifts we're given in life, and I think vision is one of the greatest gifts you can be given. And I don't take that for granted. I remember when I was diagnosed, I was terrified. I thought for sure that meant blindness, and it took me into a whole panic state. And I was preparing for a life of being blind because I always tend to overthink everything. But I got myself educated and I got myself proactive, and I figured I'm going to do everything I can to preserve my sight. So that's why I am proactive with going to my eye doctors. I was seeing one eye specialist that I just didn't care for their bedside manner, I guess you would call it. It felt more like a factory where they were like bringing you in, and it was all about how many people they could take care of instead of individual care. And I felt more like a number than a person. It's not that I didn't think the doctors were nice. I just didn't care for the setup. So I have a really good friend, and she has glaucoma as well. And I was talking with her, and she suggested that I started maybe thinking about going to see her eye doctors. And I'm so glad I took her advice because she did not steer me in the wrong direction. I trust her immensely, and she did not steer me wrong. So that's always good to do, is to do your research. I also did some research online, look them up, read the reviews. If you don't feel comfortable with a doctor, you don't have to stay with them, so that's always something to keep in mind too. So I'm happy to report that my appointment went well, and I don't have to go back for another 4 months. And yeah, that's my update on that. But the real reason for this video is I wanted to give some shout outs. I have had such wonderful experience ever since I started my YouTube channel, and I have gotten some warm responses. And there are people I would love to thank by name, but I don't want to shout everyone out because I want to keep things private. But there are 3 people in particular that I would love to give a little shout out to. All three of them have YouTube channels, and I wanted to bring attention to them because 2 of them mentioned me in such flattering ways. And I just cannot thank them from the bottom of my heart enough. And I wanted to give a shout out and suggest you all, if you have time, to check out their channels. They're wonderful people. I did write down their names, but I think I can remember them by heart. The first one is Connor JC. He is a total doll. He is my British doll. I just adore him. He has a channel that speaks upon positivity, and he does it with this quick wit and humor that I just positively adore. One look at his channel, you will instantly fall in love. He has such a goodness and a light in his heart that just shines through, and the most sparkling eyes I've ever seen. So I do ask you to give him a try. He's a sweetheart through and through. The second person is someone that is so very sweet. Her name is Shirley, and her channel is called Shirley Ann's Story. She has a channel that deals with some pretty serious topics. It was originally all about her dealing with complex PTSD. She's a good resource if you're not familiar with what that is, but it's complex post-traumatic stress disorder. But she recently did a change where not only is her channel about her struggle with complex PTSD, she's made her channel about her story, about her life, and the things that she enjoys. She's into spirituality, and she believes in spirits, which I think is just so neat. And I could just talk and listen to that for hours. And she's a crafty person, so she's really good with crafts, which I'm not a jealous person, but I've always wished I could be good with that. I learned to crochet by a sweet girl who was actually becoming a nun, and she had the patience of a nun to teach me. And all I could do was crochet in one line, and you would have thought I learned how to turn silver or thread into gold. Now, I can't crochet a lick, but I can crochet in a straight line like nobody's business. But Shirley is a very sweet soul, and she gave me such a warm shout out, and I just want to repay her by mentioning her here. So that's another channel you want to go and visit if you would. And the third one, her name is Sharon. It is Sharon My Avon. What she talks about is in the title. She is a Canadian woman, and she has an online Avon channel. I grew up with Avon. I am an Avon kid. I am an Avon lover. Avon to me is high-end makeup. I'm very simple when it comes to makeup. I'll never have a channel where I talk about ColourPop and Jeffree Star and all that. Not that I'm throwing any shade at them, but I just don't have that kind of money, and I like to keep things rather simple. And Avon is right up my alley. It's something I'm very familiar with, something that encourages everyone, but mostly women, to be independent and make their own money. And it's a trusted product, and it's worldwide. And I just adore Avon. And I was actually lucky enough to win one of her contests. She always has contests on her page, not only for Canadian customers, but American customers too, where she picks someone to send a promo kit to, where basically she'll send you items for her new month's promo, and she'll send you items for free, and then you get to receive them, and you can do like a video and like give a review on them, and test out the products and give people your opinions. And I actually won, and I'll tell you, I had Mike in stitches. I was hooping and hollering all through the house yesterday because I never win anything. I mean anything. So I felt like I struck gold yesterday. So I just want to thank Sharon so very much for giving me the opportunity to win. And I'm looking forward to receiving my package and making her proud. So I did want to give those 3 shout outs. To all the wonderful people that leave me comments. You feel like instant friends already. And there's certain ones I want to mention, but I don't want to give out their names without their permission. But they know who they are. And to my family that's watching, I love you all so very much, and I appreciate it. And to anyone new, thank you for subscribing. And again, as usual, I hope this video meets you well. And that's all I have for today. I'm going to leave the links down below for their pages. I've never done that before, so I'm hoping that I do it correctly. And I recently tried to link my Instagram to my Facebook page, or my YouTube page. I'm sorry. My YouTube page. I tried to link my Instagram and my Twitter. I'm not going to link my Facebook because I try to keep it just for my family. So I don't know why I had that faux pas and said Facebook when I'm clearly on YouTube. But I do invite you to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I would be more than happy to follow you back. I love to take photos, so I'm really excited to get going with Instagram. I'm not very technologically sound, so it takes me a long time to figure out things, but I'm going to get the hang of it. So I just ask you for some patience, and that would wrap up my video for today. I'm done rambling, and I wish you all well as usual, and until I talk to you next time, take care. Bye.